Good day, and thank you for joining us at this Discovery Invest videocast on the Fund Search and Compare tool. Basically, we're going to look at where to find the tool on the Financial Advisor Zone. We're going to discuss how to filter fund lists and to gather information in the tool, as well as looking at the different comparative views within the Fund Search and Compare tool, basically referring to the data view and the graphical view. We're then going to look at how one uses this tool to benchmark and analyze a client's investment portfolio. Let's get started. Basically, the tool is utilized to do cross-fund analysis as well as benchmarking. And a way in which we would do that is selecting a fund, any fund from the list here. You can also filter the fund via performance metrics, basically top performing funds, or I can use a text strain in the search bar over here. So I've typed balanced. I'm going to select a couple of balanced funds to compare. What I can also do is I can select a global fund, right? So we're going to look at the Discovery Global Balance Fund. And another thing that I like to do when I analyze fund returns is to pick a benchmark. And my go-to benchmark is generally the South African Rand dollar exchange rate. So once we click compare in the right-hand corner over here, the data is now sort of collected and presented inside the tool. You will be greeted with a graphical view as well as a data view. So here we go. At the top is the graphical view. I can sort of manipulate this graph by using the slider at the bottom. All right. I can select the different funds I'd like to use for comparison. So here, just looking at 3 balance funds. What I do is I take a year window view. So when I click on the 1 year button over here, it basically gives me a 1 year window. And then I can drag that window around and I can sort of make the case to an investor that, you might be buying a fund that you think is a top performing fund right now. Like over here, you can see there's the Discovery Balance Fund. However, when I move the window around, you can see it's not always the case. There's the Kagiso Fund, there's the Alan Gray Fund, right? So the message there is every fund has their sort of moment of greatness, and they sort of generally do move around in lockstep because they are so closely similar by operating in the same sort of CISA sector. Another thing that you can do is you can click this date box at the top right hand side of the screen and go to the start date of the investment. Let's say it's the 2nd of August 2018. I can then show my client the 3 relative fund returns by sort of highlighting this graph on the far right hand side. Now, as it stands right now, the tool does not allow an export to PDF. Best thing one can do is click Shift Start S, and you will be greeted with the snipping tool. And basically the snipping tool requires that you drag a window that will be then copied into the computer's memory, ready to be pasted into a Word document or an email. Just now quickly looking at global funds, and you can see that these global funds, one of the big sort of determining factors in terms of how these funds perform is actually currency. When you see the currency sort of weaken, okay, you can see these funds start to do quite well, and vice versa when the currency does strengthen. Turning our attention now to data view, you can see we are showing cumulative returns as of the 13th of May. These are these returns over here, and the last pricing date is for the graphical data above. We show the sector for comparison, the benchmark, the risk rate, the risk profile, as well as the individual fund's rank in the sector. This is the ASISA rank, and it is basically built by ASISA studying qualitative and quantitative data. Right. And we sort of show how well the fund is placed relative to peers. So definitely the Discovery Balance Fund being well above average. All these returns, it should be noted, are net returns. So they're after the fees that are disclosed, fees and transaction costs that are disclosed in the fees and expenses section of the data view. And quite nicely, don't need to go far to get a fun fact sheet. All fun fact sheets are available at the bottom of data view. So ladies and gents, I hope this has been time well spent. Thank you very much. My name is Bernard Boshoff, and this has been Fun Search and Compare. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.